he's no other person than our own Dr. Kingsley Oji. You're very welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
Nice to see you once again. It's been a little while.
Yeah, it's been a while, but
Yeah.
it's also a pleasure being here.
Yeah.
I've been in Garden City before.
Yeah.
Rendezvous.
Over and again.
Over and over. It's very
Yeah.
exciting. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, we're looking at anger, and we just saw that skit, the effect of it. But before we come to that, let's go straight with how one would want to describe anger. Let's know, how would you describe anger? What scenario would you see and you call it anger?
Yeah, thank you very much once more. Anger. Let me sort of try to define it my own way.
Okay.
Anger is actually a normal, intense, emotional feeling. Now, I use the word normal because it's normal across board. Everyone gets angry. There's no one who says, I don't get angry.
Sure.
It's a normal, intense, emotional feeling. But it's also characterized with either outbursts, nagging, fighting. It could go intense. And when it goes overboard, that's when you're having anger issues. It's at that point you begin to understand and realize that you have to start having ways of managing it. But what I want to establish here is that everyone gets angry.
Sure.
No one is above getting angry. You get angry.
Yeah.
You get angry.
Yes.
Most of us have been turned off several times. But it's when it goes overboard and you start reacting overboard, that's when it becomes a problem, and that's where management, like I said, actually comes in.
Okay, so to you now, what can you say are some of the causes that will trigger this anger, that will now make it extraordinary? Because all of us get angry just like you
Looking
said.
at it that way, we differ. As we differ, what triggers you might not trigger me. But let me look at it from across board. There are certain things that could trigger anger. Sometimes the anger could be triggered by past experiences, trauma. Some people have had traumatic experiences, and because of the traumatic experiences they have had, they easily get angry. Another thing that could cause anger is when one seems to be overlooked or disrespected. When you're overlooked or disrespected, you get angry. Sometimes when you're treated unfairly, you get angry. Sometimes when you're insulted, you get angry. Sometimes when you're not misunderstood, you get angry. So there are several things that could be triggers to cause anger. Just like I said, we differ, as what might anger you might not anger me. What might trigger you might not trigger me. But different things trigger. It's now for the individual to find out exactly what triggers you and know how to manage it. Because I tell you, we all have anger. So most of us have anger issues, but there are people that you don't want to be around them when they're angry. They don't have control. And some people, this is a problem we have in society today. There are people, because of poor anger management techniques or skills, or, some of them, when they get angry, we've had extreme cases where people get angry, they kill people.
Okay. All right, sir. We'll come back to that. At this point, let's just take, we're going to take this